Now let's see about rating scale. Rating scale, it is one of the technique used in the classroom assessment. It is an expression of opinion or judgment regarding some situation, object or character. For example, hardworking, cleanliness, cooperation, adjustment, etc. can be measured using a rating scale. While a checklist simply records what had happened, a rating scale adds how much or how well it happened. Instead of merely indicating the presence or absence of a trait or characteristic, it enables us to indicate the degree to which a trait is present. Rating scale refers to a scale with a set of points which describe varying degrees of the dimension of an attribute being observed. It is a device by which judgments are quantified. It provides systematic procedures for obtaining, recording, and reporting the observer's judgment. This is an example for rating scale. Now let's see the steps in the preparation of a rating scale. First, we have to define or describe the nature of the trait or characteristic to be assessed. Then we have to list out the behaviors of the trait. Then we have to identify the most important behaviors. After that, we have to locate the qualitative variables based on which the trait is measured. Then we have to select the important variables. After that, we have to arrange those variables on a scale. At last, we have to convert the qualitative variable into a quantitative variable. Next, let's see the points in the rating scale. Varying opinions are expressed as points. It has points varying from 3 to 11. It is usually an odd number. Most of the scales have 5-point scales. Points are arranged in a hierarchical order. Types of rating scale. The different types of rating scale are descriptive rating scale, numerical rating scale, and graphical scale. First, let us see about descriptive rating scale. In descriptive rating scale, the rater puts a check in the blank before the characteristic or trait which is described in words or a phrase. For example, while preparing a blackboard summary, how was handwriting? So the descriptions are legible, beautiful, uniform size and slant, normally readable, good looking, fluent motion, and illegible, bad looking, tends to draw outlines. These are the 3 descriptions. So according to the opinion of the rater has to put a check on the description. Next, let's see about numerical rating scale. This is one of the simplest types of rating scales. The rater simply marks a number that indicates the extent to which a characteristic or trait is present. The trait is presented as a statement and values from 1 to 5 are assigned to each trait that is rated. Typically, a common key is used throughout the key, providing a verbal description. For example, encircle the appropriate number showing the extent to which the pupil exhibits his skill in questioning. The questions were specific, questions were relevant to the topic discussed, and the questions were grammatically correct. So these are the questions. Here the rater has to encircle the appropriate number according to his opinion. So the key is 1 stands for unsatisfactory, 2 stands for below average, 3 stands for average, and 4 stands for above average, and 5 stands for outstanding. The last one is graphical scale. Here the points are placed on a straight line in a continuum. Rated tick mark relevant point on the top of the line. This is an example for graphical scale. Here the points are described in graphically. Next, let's see about errors in rating scale. Generosity error. It means giving high ratings uniformly to all the samples. Stringency error. That means underrating all the samples. Error of central tendency. That means rating done at average point due to non-observation or difficulty in making accurate judgments. Halo error. That means general impression about the sample due to previous acquaintance or emotional attachment that influences rating positively or negatively. And the last error is logical error. That means misunderstands the trait or has no careful judgment. Next, let's see the advantages of rating scales. It can be used with a large number of students. It is easily adoptable and flexible. It can be efficient and economical in the use of a teacher's time. It helps to reduce the subjectivity and unreliability that are usually associated with observation methods. Next, let's see the limitations. Some characteristics are more difficult to rate. In rating scale, subjectivity element is present. There are lack of opportunities to rate students, and the raters tends to be generally generous. Thus, we have seen about rating scale. Thank you.